Episode 19 of Lure Reviews starts right now. Hey guys, before this video starts, please be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications of when I upload new videos, as it's the easiest way to support my channel. Thanks guys, enjoy the video. What's up guys, it's Tyler, welcome back, and this is episode 19 of the Lure Review series. Today we got an awesome one, and it is from the Chatterbait brand on Amazon, and it's their take on the Chatterbait. So what did I get? I got a 5-pack of the 3/8 ounce bladed jigs. They're not allowed to call them Chatterbaits because that is something that's titled by Z-Man, and so they call these bladed jigs. And I am just looking on the website to make sure I had all my numbers right. So, like I said, 5-pack. They come in either 3/8 ounce or a 1/2 ounce. I got the 3/8 ounce. And my 5 colors were, this is like this orange-green pumpkin is color number 1. Number 2 is a black and red color, which I love this color. Color number 3 was this typical, just black and blue. Number 4 is this kind of grayish yellow shad color, almost like a baitfish color. And then 5, of course, we want to go with chartreuse. This kind of white chartreuse combo. So yeah, like I said, 3/8 ounce jigs. They also come in a 1/2 ounce. Pricing wise, they're $16.99 for the 5-pack, so that comes out at $3.40 each. Which compared to an actual Chatterbait, which is normally $4.99, you're saving about $1.60 on each, which adds up over time. So let's talk about the pros and cons of them. So the obviously pro number 1 is their price. They are cheaper than the Chatterbait brand, which is really good. Obviously, we all like saving money, and so that is something that we like. Another pro is they have a ton of different colors. Chatterbait has a decent amount of colors. From Z-Man, they have a decent amount of colors, but they don't really go crazy. There's some really good colors here, honestly. I really like this kind of pumpkin green, orange and green pumpkin looking color right here. I really like this. It's a nice fall color, I think. Obviously, the black and red and orange is a huge one for just any time trying to represent a crawl. You can throw a crawl trailer on that, which is something I'm going to do, and you can almost just jig that up and down. Black and blue, very standard color. Again, back with the this kind of like grayish, yellowish, whitish one that looks like a shad, and then the chartreuse, obviously, for your muddy water. So, you know, like I say, great variety of colors, which allows you to buy one nice pack. They come in a nice case. I don't have the casing works. I've been using these a ton. Did the case away a while ago, but they come in a nice case, so you got them all organized already. You don't have to buy a separate tackle box if you don't want to. Next pro is build quality. Honestly, they have great build quality. Caught a ton of fish on these. They have held up really well. The hooks are razor sharp. Obviously, they're not anything, you know, they're not what you're going to get on, you know, one of the big Evo Chatterbaits. You know, they're $12, $13.99 a piece. But at the same time, you know, you're getting what you pay for. You're getting, you know, $3.50 lure that comes off Amazon in a 5-pack. So, you know, you're kind of getting what you pay for, but good quality, good hook sharpness, good durability. The coloring's really good. I haven't had any issues with paint chipping. Haven't lost any of the skirts. The skirts are very well tight on there. They're really tight actually, and they're probably, I don't know if you can even get them out, honestly. They're really well in there. They have some decent snaps on the top as well that you can tie into. But that is where they differ from Chatterbaits. Let me grab, there's Chatterbaits right up there actually on the wall. Let me grab one of those real quick and look at a difference. So, go ahead and open. We're not even going to open, but you can see the way that they connect in is different. So instead of connecting directly to the body, like on here, as you can see down there, the blade, there's like a separate loop that attaches in on this one, which I will show you guys. So there's that separate loop, and then also the way that the snap connection is different, just a little different, not a ton. So they're very similar to the actual Z-Man Chatterbait, but there's small differences that do affect the motion of it. Another positive from this is going back to the variability. You also have, some of these have gold blades. If you prefer a gold blade over a silver blade, I don't really care one way or another, honestly. I don't really think there's much of a difference. There might be, but yeah. And then let's talk a little bit about differences now that we're here, since we're looking at it. Obviously, the shape of the blade is completely different. Up at the top of this, you have a nice thick rounded blade at the end. And then up here, it actually, on a normal Chatterbait, it thins out up at the top, as you can see, and actually comes to almost a point, which is very, very different. Head shape's a little bit different, but that's okay. But I mean, overall size are very similar. Yeah, they're. I mean, I like them. I really do like these. Going into the cons, one, their startup is a lot more difficult. So
with the original Chatterbait from Z-Man. Obviously, you start going, you immediately feel like the thudding, right? That chattering from the lure. These take, you have to really kind of get them up to speed and pull them hard. And that has been one issue that I've noticed. So like I said, that startup speed on trying to get it started immediately in front of a fish isn't always there. Number two is these don't seem to come through grass as well as the normal chatterbait. They seem to want to get caught up a little bit more. As you can obviously, we've talked about the size of the blade's different. It's a very different shaped blade. It's a very different. It's a lot bigger of a blade, honestly, which probably affects the startup, but also it catches more as it goes through. So yeah, and then that's really it on negatives. Overall, it's really a good lure. There's not really a ton to talk about today on these. They really are great lures. I'm happy with them. No complaints so far, honestly. I haven't had an issue with them at all. I would love to do a video. I'm probably going to do a video soon where we're gonna fish, get very similar colors of the original chatterbait and then these, and we'll compare and see how they do, which one catches more fish a certain amount of time. I think that'd be a fun video as a follow-up to this, and I will probably try, once it happens, I will link this one in that video. So, but yeah, that has been today's episode of Lure Reviews. It has been, like I said, the Mad Bite bladed jig, their take on the chatterbait. Everyone, Z-Man made the chatterbait, 25 years ago-ish, 20 years ago-ish, and since then, everyone's been coming out with their own type of chatterbait. Everyone wants one, so obviously they work. They're a great lure. Them and a spinner is kind of the two things that you always kind of throw. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate your time here today. Please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and ring that notification bell. This is the easiest way to support my channel. In the comments below, if you want, I love taking suggestions on new lures to try out. We've got a ton up here on the wall we are going to check out as it warms up. I've kind of gone through a lot of the ones that I've fished really hard. So once it really warms up, we're going to start trying out, because I've got a ton of these smaller ones up here. Ton of ones I've just never, different worms and stuff like that I've never gotten to try before. So I am excited for those. And then also I just got a ton up there that I've used, but I don't remember the brand of them. So I can't really do a proper review on them other than saying, hey, look, it's, here's a green worm, right? Like, great, we know it's a green worm, but I don't know what brand it is. So, yeah, so be sure to watch out for those in the future. Might be taking a little break from the lure review series. We'll probably have 1 or 2 more episodes after this one, and then maybe take a little break for a couple weeks and try and get some other stuff filmed for you guys. So yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time.